This is Tommy Charles, the CEO of the Speakers of Organization, LLC. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going to show people how they can advance in our company. Especially, I want to talk to, on this video right here, I just want to talk to the culture of my people. And I want to explain to them that they can be owners instead of consumers. I put up a video before about this, and I don't think I can say it too many times, because it's not anything against any other culture. I'm not saying anything against the Caucasian culture, to say anything bad against anybody that may be Caucasian, Asian, Italian, German, or whatever. I'm not saying anything about you all in a bad way, because those are you all are cultures that own businesses. So when your people are consumers, it's all right because you all own businesses. But I come from a culture of people who don't own any businesses, hardly. They own businesses, but they really don't own any businesses. Even our rich, our wealthy, I say it again, our athletes, our actors, actresses, when you see them on television, they're always promoting somebody else's business of another culture. They never, if they do have any businesses, they're not promoting them. So that's the difference. So when you see a Caucasian person or an Asian person or somebody else that's a consumer, it basically is all right, because they are people that own businesses. Arabs, you look at them. Go into the different cities. You go into Detroit, like I said before. They own businesses, so it's all right when you see them as a consumer, because they have people that's coming to them buying their products that they sell. But I come from a bloodline of people who are not business owners on a level where they really supposed to be. Very low. If it's, I think they say the so-called black people own less than 1% of the wealth of this country. So we don't have any bragging rights to be talking about I'm cool and acting like we all that. And I'm talking about our athletes, those that have endorsements. And what are you bragging about? You still unless you're just dealing with things individually and you don't care about anything else but your grandchildren, your children, all of that. You still hear they still deal with prejudice. Even the rich and the wealthy, you'll hear them talking about it. So what in the world do a person have to boast and brag about? You know, they make businesses enough money where they can open up grocery stores and cleaners and things like that in our communities. But then on the other hand, you gotta think about our people. On the other hand, they have to wise up. You can't be in your neighborhoods, in the lower income neighborhoods, talking about, can I get a hookup or robbing? Because if you have a reputation of robbing the area, nobody wants to open up a business in an area where they're robbing and stealing. It's a greater chance that they would get robbed or stolen, and their products stolen, or even them getting hurt or killed. That's understandable. But you see, I want to show some corporations, like you have this restaurant right here called Texas Roadhouse. Caucasian people, the so-called black people, always running there to eat, but they don't own that. You have hotels like this called the Hampton Inn. but you know, black people, the so-called black people, go to that, but they don't own that. Then you have a mall right here. I'm gonna show you this store right here. This is the exact store that I went to, and I'm just saying this is a situation that happened to me right here. It's called Boskov. This store right here. This is a mall. I'm not gonna drive around the whole mall. That's the door right there. And we've been getting a winter storm, so excuse my windows. There's no use to taking this car through the car wash. We're supposed to get a storm they talking about in a day or two. This store right here, Boskov, I was treated prejudice in there. The lady would not wait on me. I went in there one time. It was a bracelet I liked, and I went in there to get a bracelet, and the lady, she was a young Caucasian lady. She would not wait on me. I wasn't in there looking bummy or nothing. She would not wait on me. She waited on all the other Caucasian people that was at the store except for me. She would not wait on me. This is the store right here, Boskov. I'm just talking about a situation that happened at this store right here, this mall. Right here. Let me show you. Boskov. That store right there. The lady would not, this happened about 2 years ago. The lady would not wait on me. She waited on everybody else except me. I had to get the store manager. And the store manager was trying to apologize. I apologized. She would not come over there. It was at the jewelry counter. She would not walk over there with me. I was like, excuse me, miss. She acted like I wasn't even seeing anything. But soon when another Caucasian couple came up, she went right over there and started helping them. So I went over there to, I got the manager came over there. I explained the situation. He was saying, oh, I'm gonna talk to her. I said, no, that's not enough for me to talk to her, because as far as I'm concerned, y'all could be friends and buddies. And if you prejudiced, you don't care. Look, you got Red Robin right here, but we flocked to that business right there. And the so-called African people, they don't own that, but they give that business right there thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars across the country. But back to Boskov, so I told the manager, I'm gonna go public with this, you know? And he sold me that bracelet for $45. That's what he did. He sold me the bracelet for $45, which I figured she might get in trouble then, because he took so much money off that bracelet and sold it to me for $45, so I left it there. We have a gas station right here. How many of the so-called black people go there? But they don't own that. You have some stores right over here. You got Big Lots right over there. You got BAM, which is a bookstore right over here. So-called black people go there all the time and spend a lot of money, but they don't own any of that. You see, you so-called black people, you come out here every weekend and you do your shopping and all those type of things, but you don't own anything. You have the store over here called Dick's. I'm gonna drive over there, and the so-called black people are always going there, but you don't own anything. And everybody, every area of the country or the earth have their own major grocery stores, and you know, they may have a store in this area but not in the other area, but you know, it's all the same. You have Chili's right here. You know, you have the so-called black people that own that. I mean, that don't own that, but they flock there. But they definitely don't own any of these businesses. You have Staples. I go here all the time and do my stuff for my company right there at Staples. I don't own Staples. I can't even go to my my bloodline of people if I wanted to. You got Dick's right up here. I saw that was on the other side. You understand what I'm saying? Black people shopping there. But you may see, like, even in this area right here, you'll see Caucasian people walking, and it's cold out here, so it's not that many people, but you'll see the Caucasian people out here shopping, but their bloodline own these corporations. You see, the so-called black people, you own nothing. You got a Christian store right here, Sleepy's, which is they sell beds. You got an Asian buffet right here. You see the so-called black people go there and kick out all their money, but they don't own it. You got Pier 1 right here. But you the so-called black people, you don't own that either. But you flock and put all your money there, and you're so excited about taking your money and go buying, but you own nothing. You have no economic power, none. You're wealthy, you're rich, you're so-called middle class, and you're poor. You don't own anything. If you want to go buy, here go Best Buy right here. If you want to go buy you a television, a computer, you name it. If you want to buy any of those things right there, you have to go to other cultures to get them. Like you see this Caucasian man right here, you know he's a consumer. You see, but his bloodline owns these corporations. You got the sign right here. You got what I said: Dick's, Best Buy, Ross, Five Below, Ultra, Staples, Bath and Beyond. You have these corporations right here. You see, it's no so-called black people to own these businesses. None of them. So what do you have to be proud about? And you boasting about, bragging, I'm cool and all that. That's a bunch of stupid stuff. You got the Geek Squad, you know, from Best Buy right here, because that's definitely Best Buy right there. You see what I'm saying? We go there and get it, whatever you want to get. You know, you're all familiar with Best Buy. You see, you have the Caucasian people that's coming out of the stores. You see, but their bloodline own these corporations. You see what I'm saying? So what's wrong with that? It ain't nothing wrong with that, and we're not downrating them. We're not downrating, but it's their bloodline that own these corporations. And how many of the so-called black people, I'm going in here to get this, I'm going to buy that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm in an area where a lot of Caucasians live. You see? That's Ross right up there. You got the people that's going in the stores. This is my point. So don't come up to me, you so-called black people, trying to act all cool and how much jewelry you got and all that foolishness. I don't care to hear about that, because you still don't have any economic power. Who did you give your money to so you can buy what you got? You know, and I'm not dogging. They're gonna call so-called Hebrew woman right there in the gray right there with the camouflage on, but she don't own a corporation. There go a man, so-called black man with the black jacket right there that just came out of Five and Below. They don't own them corporations, but most likely they gave those their corporations their money. You understand what I'm saying? And that's my whole point. That's my whole point. I just want you called the so-called black people to look at yourselves from the outside in. There go another restaurant, you know, people that of our bloodline go to, but you don't own any of that. You don't own that train rail right there. You don't own anything. So what in the world are you boasting and bragging about? What are you boasting and bragging about? How can I'm cool and you got the latest outfit on and the latest shoes, like I mentioned before. I got the Jordans, but they cost only $17 to make, and they sold you. You got the Courtyard Marriott. You don't own that hotel right there, but you'll go there and stay. So what are you boasting and bragging about? What are you boasting and bragging about, so-called black people? You cool hanging in the streets, but you own nothing. You understand? And that's how you look from the outside in. A lot of you all, I just think that you're looking at yourselves from the inside in. You're looking at yourself only from the inside, and you're not understanding how we look from the outside, because I'm of the same corporation. I'm of the same bloodline, and that's God's doing. You see, it's God's doing. Now we in the Walmart, not Walmart, but Sam's Club right over here. You got Sam's Club. And we all know who own Sam's Club. They're the richest family in this country to own this right here. You see what I'm saying? But let me show you something. You see, but you have Caucasian people here, but the Caucasian people, their bloodline own this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So I can go all day and show you things. Of who owns what and whatever. I can do that. So that's just my point. So-called black people, you don't own anything. You have no economic power, none. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the whole purpose of my company, to try to, and it's for all people. But I hope my bloodline take advantage if they want to make some money. You see, I can go and sit in these stores. It's cold. Look, you got all these stores right there. You got Aroma, HR Block. You got, definitely, you know, our people go to the dollar stores. You got the Dollar Tree right over there. You see what I'm saying? You have Affinity, Verizon, Burlington. You have all of these stores right here. You see, you have all of these stores. Let's see. Look at that. Let me show you right here. Look at that. You have Aroma, Buffet and Grill, another agent store, Sally's, which is a clothing store. You know our people love to go to the Dollar Tree. Love to go to the Dollar Tree. You see what I'm saying? And but you don't own any of these corporations. You got Burlington Coat Factory right there, Burlington Coat Factory. But you so-called black people, you don't own that. But let me hurry up and run and go buy me something, and you all right in the state that you live in. You understand what I'm saying? You don't own any of these stores. That's my whole point. You know, so I don't want to hear about you going around acting all cool and I'm all cool. You see these people right here, they're Caucasians, but it's all right. You know, their bloodline own these corporations, so they're not out here looking foolish and stupid. You see, whether they're business owners or not. You see, and you got Burlington Coat Factory right here. Burlington Coat Factory. You see, but the so-called black people, who call yourselves African American, you don't own this. You got Walmart coming up right here. And here go Walmart. Right over here. But you don't own Walmart. We know them. We know who owns this. And how many of us go to a Walmart? You see what I'm saying? How many of us go to a Walmart? You see? But you got these, you got the Caucasians going in there, but their bloodline own Walmart. That's my whole point. The whole point of everything that I'm saying. I'm going to cut this video off. So my main thing to the so-called black people, African Americans, stop boasting and bragging, talking about, I own this, look at my shoes, look how much I paid for this, because you sound foolish, because you have no economic power. You don't own nothing, and I don't care if it's our rich, our wealthy, our actors, actresses, basketball players, football players. It don't make a difference. We still don't have no economic power, none whatsoever. We don't own anything, hardly. And if they own businesses and corporations, they're not. If they own businesses and corporations, they're not. They're not helping people out in the lower income brackets. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my whole point. So I don't want to hear I'm cool and learning all the slang and dropping out of school and all that foolishness, because that's all stupidity. And what you got to do is learn. We don't have no choice but to go to other cultures for all our needs and wants. If I want to go buy some soap, some detergent, I got to go to other cultures. Clothing, shoes, socks, underwear. I have to go to other cultures to get all of my needs and wants. And that's the whole point what I'm saying. We don't go a bank coming up right here. We don't own no banks. None. You got, this is M&T right here. We don't own this bank, do we? You got Advance Autos over there. We don't own this stuff. You got Arby's right over there. So, like I said before, consumer power, there's no such thing. Consumer weakness is what it's called. You see, so that's the point what I'm saying. So, you so-called black people that call yourselves African Americans, I don't want to hear you talking all cool, boasting and bragging and all of that foolishness, because still you look weak to the world systems. You look weak to other cultures. You think they don't know it? Are you all the only people that's not realizing what type of world we live in? Are you the only people that realizes that you're the weakest bloodline on the earth? In the streets talking about I'm cool and I'm this and I'm that, and you worried about, look at my name brand, this and that. You got a company called Nike not doing nothing for you individually. They're not doing nothing for where you live, or the neighborhoods or the communities you live in. And they taking you for the biggest fool, and you stand in line when they come out with a new brand. Yeah, come on, y'all, you got to stop it. And they cost $17 to make. They took their labor, they took their warehouses and plants overseas, where the stuff is made overseas for cheaper labor, more profit for them, and so it might cost under $17 to make their shoes, but they sell them to you for over $200. Now you tell me who's the fool. So when you come up to me and are you wearing the newest Jordans? It looks retarded to me. You understand what I'm saying? All of these businesses. I'm about to cut the video out, and I'm gonna. I just want you all to see all of these corporations over here. You got Red Lobster, Fine Wine, Super Shoes. You have Lowe's. It's a whole bunch. I can go all over the country, And you, the so-called black people, you don't own nothing. Come on, what do you got? What do you own? Huh? So you understand why you don't get any respect. You know, I can't make enough videos like this. Why you don't get any respect. What do you own? You don't own anything. All of your wants. I don't care if you're on television, the radio, all of you. And so it's all about being about something and not just doing something. So that's the whole purpose of the Speakers of Organization LLC. You want to open up a business, you start it in your home. You don't have the $100,000 or the $150,000, $200,000, $50,000, $30,000 to start these corporations, to rent the space or to buy the buildings. I understand that. But you can get with the Speakers of Organization LLC, and you can start off and you can earn the money where actually you can make the money to open up these stores, and or you can just start in your home. Start right in your home. You can start right in your house. See, you got these stores right here. You got Starbucks, Allstate, Holiday Hair. I can't see what that is. Some type of spa. You got Game Shop. You got the Vet Place. Payless Shoes. You see what I'm saying? Super Shoes. And that further down, that's it's a Red Lobster. So you understand what I'm saying to you? You don't have any economic power. Understand that. You got Lowe's right there. Same thing as Home Depot. But you don't own anything, nothing. And that's my point of what I'm saying to you. You don't own anything. That's one of the major stores over there called Giants in this area. Let me see if I can get it. This video to go. But this is my whole point. So you got right there, it's called Giants. You see, but the so-called black people, you go to all of these stores, as I say before, but you don't own anything. You don't own these stores. And that's my whole point of what I'm saying to you. That's my point. You need to change your mentality, change your mind, change all of that. And that's my whole point of my videos that I put up. Understand your position in this world. You have no economic power. We have no economic power, so we don't get any respect. So in your neighborhoods, you go in your neighborhoods, but you don't own anything. You boast and brag. Look at my shoes. I got this. Any type of name brand, handbag, purse, shoes, pants, sweaters. You boast and brag. Look how much jewelry I got. We got our clown entertainers. Look, I paid $10,000 or whatever X amount, $30,000 for a stupid gold chain or a diamond chain. Come on. Come on. That's a bunch of foolishness. But you still come from a people that's considered a weak bloodline of people. Still come from a bloodline of weak individuals. Your people don't have, including me, we don't have any economic power. So no economic power, like I always say, equals disrespect. So don't be coming, like I said, bragging and talking all cool and catching up with the latest slang and all that foolishness, because that's nothing. These corporations that I just showed you in this little video right here, these are the power owners. They have power. They have influence because they have money. They have people coming to them buying their products. You see, and that's how it is. So what are you going to do? And how did they get that? They had meetings, the togetherness, and that's how they conquered what they have. And I'm not downgrading any other culture, like I said before. I'm not. You see, because the majority of my hurt come from my own people. Majority of my hurt has come from my own people. Ever since I was a little child. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm all for the Most High God. Like I said in another video, how can you lead a people when the people are weak and they don't want to learn themselves? They so into the foolishness, fighting, division, jealousy, and all that type of stuff. You all into that, hatred, dislike, all of that foolishness. I seen that all in church, talking about people. That's nothing. Anybody can be like that. Come on, it don't take a rocket scientist, but it takes a strong person to be constructive, speak positive things, be positive. Now that's power. That's power. But I'm just want to show you all don't own nothing. So-called African Americans from the African. What are you? I'm African American. Okay, 53 countries and nations in that continent of what's called Africa, and I'm an African American. Okay. So you're from American. You're from 54 countries. You see what I'm saying? You need to change, wake up, quit trying to be all cool, talk slang, and keep up with the latest foolishness that it's not going to help you. It's not going to help your children, your grandchildren, their grandchildren. It's not going to help none of that. All of that foolishness, I bought this bag and I'm keeping up with this style, is not doing nothing for you. Nothing at all. Nothing at all for you. It's not going to get you no economic power. It's not going to get you the head of corporations. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be talking about the Caucasian man is keeping me down and all that type of stuff, because you can still do what you got to do to make things happen. So that's the whole purpose of the Speakers of Organization, LLC, and that's what we're here for. And anybody you want to take advantage of this company, be a part of us, our books and our booklets. Our book is all about positivity and teaching people truth and being real with people and putting money in people's pockets that they would not be able to afford. Like I'm showing you these stores right here, all of these stores I showed you in this video, but how many of the people can actually, how many of you actually can live comfortably off of the wages that you're being paid by these corporations? These are multi-million-dollar, multi-billion-dollar corporations, and they pay their people peanuts. And we're here to make a difference. And I'm here, and I want you to take in consideration everything that I've said today in this video, everything. And I hope that your mentalities change. I hope that the people that's making good money, I hope that you go ahead and get on board with us to help me through my company to help others. And that's the whole purpose of my company. Look up our presentations, look up our videos. We're all about truth, supporting truth, and endorsing truth and realness. Anything that's positive for people, the Speakers Organization LLC is here for that purpose. Like you see this Caucasian man right here, he's going in Lowe's with his, I'm assuming it's going to be his wife and his baby. But their bloodline own Lowe's. You understand the difference? If I go in Lowe's and buy something, whatever I need, it's a warehouse place. Place, plumbing, electrical, lawnmowers, all of that, tools, things like that. That's what they store. But if I go in there and buy it, I'm giving my money to another culture. Any of these stores that I showed you, I'm giving my money to another culture of people because I have nobody within my own bloodline to give my money to. If I go in a dealership and I go buy me a brand new car or go buy me a car from a so-called black person, African American, I'm helping him only get his commission, but the money is going to the dealership. All right, that's all I'm going to say right now. I'm going to say more because I need to preach this and people. But besides all of this, people, you need to go bow down to the Most High God. That's all cultures. There's one God. There's His Son. I told you, I explained that to you, and you have to live for Him. Bow down and pray and worship Him. He's more important than any finance. Any money, any finance could be, because we're all only on this earth temporarily. I'm just trying to make it better while I'm here. I'm only just trying to speak truth while I'm here. And that's my purpose. Is speaking to my family, my children, and anybody that's around me. And that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm about. So I'm just trying to do and be about a positive force against this evil and negative force that on this earth that I was born into. And for this purpose, the Most High God has me to be born. And I have been born. And my goal is to do the work of His work while I'm here on this earth and be truthful and real. And I actually worship and praise Him, and that's the first goal. But there needs to be a change, and you need to start looking out for your children, your grandchildren, their children, and the generations that's coming after to make things better, to have wealth and to have riches and a comfortable income for your bloodline of people. But I'm about to sign off. This is Tommy Charles, the CEO of the Speakers of Organization LLC, and I thank you for your time. I thank you for listening.